Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan. Now, after a very spirited comeback in the Lok Sabha elections in 2024, the opposition or the INDIA bloc thought of continuing the momentum with Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. And had the results in both Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir gone their way, then all across North India would have been opposition-driven governments except for Uttarakhand. Well, an upbeat Congress was hopeful of comfortably getting 60+ seats in Haryana, and that's what the pollsters also showed or indicated. Its performance in Jammu was expected to be par with BJP. So if the National Conference was going to pull its weight in the Kashmir division, Jammu division was supposed to be shouldered largely by the Congress party. But the results turned out to be quite a migraine for the Congress. The Congress has even refused to accept this verdict. They have gone back to the Election Commission, and this time it's about the battery strength of the EVs. 60% to 90%, and that's where they have found fault. They claim that the EVMs have been tampered with, only in seats which they have lost. Whereas the numbers show that among the tight fights, they have won at least 70% of the tight fights compared to the BJP, over the BJP. That is a margin of less than 2,000 votes. So why these things is something which many would turn around and ask. But clearly, this entire aspect of election denial, when they lose and refusing to accept defeat gracefully, are some things which are now being asked of the Congress party. Haryana results not limited to the state alone. Congress's performance all set to cast its shadow or have a knock-on effect in Maharashtra. The BJP's performance, can it have a knock-on effect not just in Maharashtra, but also Jharkhand and neighboring Delhi? All going through polls in the next 6 months. Now, in these 3 states, the Congress needs regional chhatra. So in Jharkhand, they have to rely on the JMM. In Maharashtra, it has to be the Sharad Pawar-led NCP plus the Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray Shiv Sena. Can it do without them? Can it think that it is still the big brother? In Delhi, anyway, the AAP has said no truck with the Congress at all. So they'll have to go it all alone. Congress facing flack from its allies. The Indie bloc, a lot of them, including the Trinamool, there was comments that came from the Aam Aadmi Party. There are comments that have come from some of the other parties too, blaming the Congress's arrogance and the sense of entitlement and overconfidence. That's what caused the Haryana debacle. The results also echoing on ground. While power struggles in Maharashtra, Congress prompt a call for unity and collective action. In Uttar Pradesh, the Samajwadi Party has declared its candidates for the 6 seats for the bypolls. Even Prime Minister Modi accusing the Congress of dividing Hindus and indulging in hate politics, saying they always talk about Muslims in caste divisions but never talk about the caste politics that exists among the Hindus in caste divisions but never talk about the caste and the sectarianism among Muslims. Prime Minister also dubbing the Congress as a parjivi or a parasite, dependent on its alliance partners, sucks the blood from them but never contributes to their growth, ends up swallowing them. The question we ask, has the Congress become a danger or again a liability for its allies? Has its overconfidence come to hurt it? In the 2 state election results that have just happened, has the Congress's stature reduced within the Indie bloc? And what is the knock-on effect that it will happen going forward into Maharashtra, Jharkhand and Delhi? Shazia Almi, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Lokesh Jindal, leader of the Congress with us. Mahesh Chavan, spokesperson of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction with us. And we also have Chaitanya Singh, spokesperson of the NCP Ajit Pawar faction. My namaste and Jai Hind to everybody. Thank you very much. Multiple points to talk about, but more importantly, the impact of Haryana going forward into the forthcoming elections. We are hoping and expecting the Election Commission to actually announce the dates for Maharashtra very soon, perhaps even before the weekend. Shazia Almi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying Congress parjivi hai. Step 1. 2. It plays the game of divide and rule. Hindu ko baatne ka kaam, and whereas not making these sectarian differences among Muslim society. How true or false is it? Or is this the counter to the vote jihad call that was made by some of the INDA alliance leaders, saying that you have to use the vote as a weapon to defeat the BJP, so consolidate your votes. And that's what was also seen, Muslim votes consolidating against the BJP. So is this the counter to that, ki batenge to katenge?
Well, this has been the crux of Congress philosophy, and they've learnt well from the colonial masters, divide and rule. And this is exactly what they've done. So whether it's Kamal Nath who says in Madhya Pradesh, सब मुसलमानों को एक साथ लड़ना है, or is Rajiv Gandhi who overturns the Shah Bano verdict only to please the Muslim clergy, or it's Manmohan Singh who says the resources of India should go to Muslims alone because they are the most deserving of it, or it's Rahul Gandhi who says jitni abadi utna haq and what have you. So you've seen it many times over and over again. Now by always using, and also this whole idea of vote jihad, you know that every Muslim's job is to do vote jihad, to protect his political and religious identity, and therefore vote for Congress party. This has been the bane of, I should say, the minorities, especially the Muslims, and only the Muslims in India. Now now something very specific. Prime Minister is absolutely correct. So when Rahul Gandhi defies his own father, grandmother, great-grandfather, and talks about Jat Paat, he knows that he has no card left but to divide the Hindus, because clearly his entire vote bank has become Muslims. And let me tell you, now they are gloating about their vote share. Let me tell you, there's very little difference, you'd say. But can I tell you, the Haryana vote share, most of it comes from Muslim-dominated seats. So Aftab Ahmed from Noo, or Mamman Khan who's won very well, Muhammad Ilyas from Punahana, and Muhammad Israel from Hathin. Now if you take these four away, the difference is a lot, and the difference then becomes, right now the difference is 39.94 and 39.09, which is what they're gloating over. But if you were to take these four constituencies away, the Muslim constituencies, you know, it widens to 41.21 for BJP and Congress 38.15. That just goes on to show and explains why Rahul Gandhi has stopped temple hopping, why he's not talking about the Janeyu, why he stopped talking about the Gotra and what have you, why he is with parties who hate Sanatan, because this is the same divide and rule policy. But here also he finds himself on a back foot, so he wants to divide the Hindus. So Muslims के तो वोट मिल गए नफरत फैलाकर, लेकिन this fake मोहब्बत की दुकान में तो झूठ का सामान ही मिलता है. And that Fareeb is being called out now, which is why everybody has rejected him. And this is why he's being called out, and he's become the biggest liability for India Alliance.
All right. Lokesh Jindal, please counter that, and then we'll take this conversation forward into Maharashtra. Yes, Lokesh Jindal.
Well, Shazia ji gave a lot of rhetoric, and she accused Rahul Gandhi of doing a lot of disservice. But then, madam, you must know that inclusive growth, equity has not just been the chief fundamental principle for the Congress, but it has also been upheld in the Constitution of India. If Rahul Gandhi takes a stand for those sections of society who are marginalized and who are the downtrodden, he is not dividing the society. Rather than that, he is consolidating the society. And why only Hindus should unite? Why not the entire India should unite together? We do not have an India that is divided on religious lines. So why only a unity call for the Hindus? Why not for the entire India? And what you are claiming, that there were sections which voted for BJP. So let me tell you, there were various constituencies, regions which you won in the parliamentary elections 2024, and these regions you have lost in the present elections. For example, the region of near the Ambala area, that entire region became blue. When we are talking about the region in the central of Haryana, even that region Congress made significant inroads. There was a certain mistake. I would say there was a certain planning glitch. As I repeat again, that Congress, if it would have reached out to the Ahirs, it would have performed better. And then with respect to the ticket allocation, but then I don't see that there was a complete failure of the Congress. Things could have been done better, but trying to draw a generalization on the basis of Haryana elections and equating it with Maharashtra, I would say is inexperience and no information about what happens in Maharashtra.
Okay, yeah, here is the one objection, observation, intervention I'd like to make before we bring in our panelists from Maharashtra and take this conversation forward. When Mr. Rahul Gandhi talks about caste census, he only asks Hindus what their castes are. He doesn't ask Muslims what their castes are. He doesn't insist that the caste census should be done across the board irrespective of what religious belief you have. He doesn't ask Christians to identify themselves with castes. He doesn't look at the various sectarianism and call out whatever discrimination happens between the Sayyids, the Ashrafis, the Pashmandas, the Ahmadis, etc., within the Muslim sectarianism game that happens. He doesn't talk about that. So that's the reason why the allegation has been made that he doesn't talk about unitedly. He talks about one grouping, religious grouping in one form, that is Muslims, but he does, and he talks about Hindus and castes only based on the Hindu religion, on the Hindu way of life. And he doesn't talk about sectarianism, casteism among Christians. Why are there Dalit churches separately for Christians? In Tamil Nadu, 40% of the Christians are Dalit Christians. Why are they called Dalit Christians? Why did not Mr. Rahul Gandhi try to divide Sikhs by calling them Jat Sikhs and Dalit Sikhs and highlight Charanjit Channi as a Dalit? So wasn't there the Dalit card played among Sikhi to try and divide Sikhs? And now you're talking about individual grouping. So I'm just saying, when it is convenient, you break it down, you break down into sectarianism. When it is convenient, you want the votes to consolidate and you create one single identity. How is this an equanimous argument in terms of politics is concerned and in terms of your plank? You said Indians, right? You said yes. Indians. Then he doesn't say Indians. He asked a journalist on the middle of the street, what is your surname? And he said, tumko naukri isliye mile, tumhara surname ye hai. Did he tell a single Muslim that tumhara naam, tumhara surname ye hai, Ansari, Qureshi, whatever, etc., etc.? Has he ever done that? So then who's playing the divide and rule game?
I'll answer. Anand, if you look at the Mandal Commission judgment of the Supreme Court, over there the Supreme Court stated that with respect to the Hindu society, caste can be used as a medium to identify the socially and educationally backward sections of the society. And with respect to the minority, religion was permitted.
Something that was delayed by Rajiv Gandhi by 10 years. Yes, something that was delayed by Rajiv Gandhi deliberately for 10 years.
Madam, now it's my turn. Allow me to answer.
No, VP Singh came to... No, you're quoting that. Do you know you're working against yourself? No, my dear friend, you're on the wrong side. You're working against yourself.
Okay, 1 minute. Let's not.
Do not get embarrassed.
Okay, I think the point.
He's spoken a lot.
Okay.
But does he know? Does he know basic history? Does he know basic history?
I think he does. I think he does.
I think he does.
Yeah, okay. I think he does. I think what Sajay Almi is trying to remind you, Lokesh Jindal, that the very judgment that you are quoting was the one that was not recognized or not accepted by Rajiv Gandhi. Mr. Rahul Gandhi's father for a decade denied and did not accept that because Mr. Rajiv Gandhi's position was different.
Rajiv Gandhi was no.
No.
When was Mandal judgment given by the Supreme Court, madam?
So what I am trying to tell you is that
1992.
You don't know anything, Lokesh.
Let's not go.
You don't know much. So keep quiet.
Shazia, tell me, where is the Mandal case?
If he doesn't know basic history, what is he saying?
Sir, madam, oh my God.
Okay. 1 minute. The very Supreme Court, the very same Supreme Court said that 370 should be abolished and it upheld the abolition of 370 as the Congress party accepted that. The very Supreme Court came out and gave out so many other judgments. Did the Congress party uphold that? It has not upheld. So when it is convenient, you are sorting a judgment, when it is not. I am asking you in terms of Raja, realpolitik, what does this mean? Let's take the conversation forward. We'll park this argument here for the moment. Chaitanya Singh and Mahesh Chavan very patiently waiting. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate your patience. Let's now understand the dynamic in Maharashtra. Now, Mr. Mahesh Chavan, would you agree that the Congress was trying to flex its muscle post Lok Sabha and now it will have to give and understand that it is going to write pillion to the likes of the Sharad Pawar NCP and the Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray Sena in Maharashtra in these 288 seats?
Anand, firstly, let us accept, we accept the mandate given by the people in Haryana and secondly in Jammu and Kashmir. Before coming to Maharashtra, I would like to bring to your notice that no one is talking about Jammu and Kashmir. BJP is not talking about Jammu and Kashmir. Only Haryana is spoken about. But after abrogation of 370, Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, what results they have got? We must talk on that also. Coming back to Maharashtra,
No, sir,
I don't
in
think...
Jammu and Kashmir, then, sir, you should say that Jammu has upheld and rejected the Congress and National Conference. It's given 29 seats to the BJP, whereas Kashmir has also rejected the Congress and it has upheld the National Conference. So what has happened in Jammu? So Congress has not been able to win even one. It's won only one seat out of 43 in the Jammu region. So the Congress has not performed.
Let's not talk independently about Congress. Let's talk about India bloc. And if you are talking about Jammu and Kashmir separately, again, it is something like, polarization. So we don't.
But that's the verdict. That's how the numbers have come.
Yeah.
That's how the number. And the BJP has polled nearly 2 lakh votes in Kashmir. Across the 20 odd seats that it's contested, the BJP has polled 2 lakh votes in Kashmir. So that's also a fact. Okay, but let's go on. Yes, let's move forward. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, in Maharashtra, the things are different. And within MVA, all is well. There is no problem. The importance is given to the elective merit and winnability. So it is not a question who wants more seats or who wants the share, more share. It is all about the winnability and, as I said, about the elective merit. And we are pretty confident about it that we will get good support from the people of Maharashtra. And if you look at the problems in Maharashtra, of course, those problems are there in Haryana and Jammu Kashmir as well. If we talk about the inflation rate or about the unemployment rate. But other than that, in Maharashtra, we have law and order problem. You might be
I understand all that, sir. But in terms of the dynamic, who calls the shots now? Do you believe the regional parties in Pawar Sahib and also Uddhav Thackeray will have a far greater say than a Rahul Gandhi and Ramesh Chanitala?
Basically, it's an alliance in Maharashtra, and we respect each and every party who's a part of our alliance. And there is nobody who will be calling the shots. As I said, the basic motive is to get BJP out of the power, and for that, what is required is the winnability of the candidate and elective merit of the candidate. Let me
further rephrase this, since you're going to hold on to your line. 288 seats, will 80% of the seats will it be between the NCP and UBT, and 20% will it go to Congress now? Earlier it was looking like they were asking for at least 33% of the share.
Definitely not. If you are talking about backdrop of Haryana, one thing I would like to say here is that in Haryana, Congress has retained its 37 seats. Last also term they had 37 seats. BJP had 48. This time also BJP had got 48 seats only. So there is no big defeat of
the
Congress.
Difference is, sir, last time
Haryana.
BJP came in with the help of JJP. That was the allegation कि आप स्टेपनी लेकर के अंदर आए. इस बार BJP ने खुद ही जीत लिया 48. And that too 10 years of anti-incumbency के बावजूद जीता अकेले. Sir, I am asking Maharashtra, अभी आपका पलड़ा थोड़ा भारी होता है कि नहीं? हाँ बोलिए ना, उसमें बुरा क्या है? There's nothing wrong in that.
No. We don't want to do that. MVA, we are doing fine. We have got good coordination. So we are fine with this. So
Chaitanya Singh, how does this change the Mahayuti? Why was it that it was Devendra Fadnavis who was the first to celebrate Haryana victory? Why was it so important to win Haryana for the BJP?
Anand, as you're already aware, Congress party and their whole jing-bang have been spreading rumors that, the people of Haryana, Maharashtra are angry with the BJP and the central government and whatnot. But yesterday, the reality which has come to light is far away from the rumors that were being spread. So similar rumors were being spread about Maharashtra as well, and in fact are being spread. While every state has its own ground realities, but it will definitely make a dent. It will definitely make a dent to the the lobby that is creating such rumors. And trying to make people understand that there are people are against them. You should vote against them. Like Shazia ji was also saying right now that vote jihad and whatnot was they were trying to prop up. So Maharashtra will be no different from that. And as far as the Mahayuti is concerned, they're working for the welfare of the people. The Ladki Behan Yojana is doing tremendously well. The farmer electricity bills have been waived. Farmers are being given loans within a 50% share of the state government, 50% share of the central government. All these things are being done. So we have no doubt that the Grand Alliance is going to do tremendously well. And yes, to an extent, the BJP winning Haryana will definitely have an effect. here also.
To an extent, nahi, you have to also underline that the real double engine is BJP plus RSS. That seemed to have worked. 6,000 villages, 16,000 nukkad sabhas.
Of course, yes.
तो आप भी थोड़ा सा
Anand,
चैन की
let
सांस
me-
ले
let
रहे हैं
me-
कि भाई फाइनली हम थोड़ा फाइट में आ गए हैं. ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है आपको?
No. We will always win in the fight. Like I said when I started the debate, that these are just rumors. The reality is before the public, before the country. The people are very smart. They know.
Sir, the reality is that Lok Sabha elections, the Congress had the best strike rate and the BJP had the worst strike rate. The reality is that the vote consolidation happened in favor of the opposition phenomenally. The vote consolidation in favor of the incumbent did not happen in the Lok Sabha.
It may not have, but then how is there a BJP government in the center?
Huh?
How is there an
No,
NDA
I'm talking
government in
purely
the center?
Maharashtra. I'm talking Maharashtra. I'm talking
Yes,
Maharashtra.
there are-
48 seats of Maharashtra. It's the
Even
second
Haryana,
largest
even
contributor
the
to the
same-
Lok Sabha, sir,
Anand.
after UP. And
Okay,
the
that
two
is
largest contributors, यानी कि
But
UP
it-
plus
but-
Maharashtra is 128 seats. और वहाँ सबसे ज्यादा NDA को झटका लगा, BJP को भी झटका
Like
लगा.
if the case in point is Haryana and Maharashtra,
Yeah.
then even in Haryana, Congress won 5 seats out of 10.
हाँ,
But is now Congress has now Congress formed the government in Maharashtra? No.
हाँ.
There may be some issues of the ground because of which there was a loss of certain seats. But as far as the state elections are concerned, we are very, very certain that people are going to choose the Grand Alliance.
So somewhere within the Ajit Pawar faction, you are a little relieved कि भाई हमने वहाँ परिवार टूट गया, दल बदल दिया, फिर भी चलेगा, कोई चांस तो है अभी.
No, it's not that. The very
I want to just say
the
one
very
thing.
fact. No, let
Coming
me
to Shah-
complete.
coming
Let
to
me,
Shahzad
let,
ji
let
after
me complete. Please understand that this alliance was formed basis issues. The party, the cadre of the party, majority of the leaders of the party, they wanted to work for the people. That is the reason they joined the government. So whether they are relieved or not relieved, they're always relieved.
Sir, you will
They are
continue
just
to work for the government only if the voter votes you back in the next 1.5
Obviously,
months. So,
obviously.
so I am just asking you whether or not are you having a
we are
rethink
very
or a
certain.
revisit about that,
No,
और कि हरियाणा जीत
we
गया, चलो भाई अब थोड़ा momentum मिल गया, थोड़ा सा आगे खींच लेंगे गाड़ी. Is that the feeling?
Look,
Shahzad Alvi, okay, let
it
me
is
take
our
this-
welfare
take this across
policies
to the
and
BJP
schemes
and the
that will
Congress.
take the momentum forward and not all these things.
Sir, your smile when I
You know,
made
so-
this comment
so no,
and,
no,
and Mr. Chavan's reaction when I made this comment itself shows that. Shahzad Alvi and then Lokesh Jindal. Yes, Shahzad Alvi.
So Anand, I want to say one thing here that you are quoting Lok Sabha and what happened there. And you know what kind of rumor mongering was on. And I think it gets called out sooner or later. When you get so much into this vitriolic, divisive politics, and that's all people see, you get found out. And somewhere good governance works. There's only this much you can do to undermine that and play the identity, Jat and Path. There's a limit to it. You see what has happened in Karnataka. People can see what's happening in Himachal. It gets found out. You see already what's happening in Telangana. So somewhere that is also a factor that eventually people get to know that this is the truth and the false narrative does not work. And also I'd like to correct and go back to Lokesh. You represent Congress party. You should know that Mandal Commission recommendations came in 1980. Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister 84.
Madam, Mandal case is
89,
1992.
And he died in 91. So he...
Madam,
No,
Mandal case
80,
judgment is
80,
1992.
and 90,
Please get your
91
facts right.
1980,
judgment is
1980, my dear
1992.
friend, 10 years it was denied. VP Singh.
Madam, I
Arre,
am
my
talking
dear
about
friend,
the Mandal
please
case
read again.
judgment by the Supreme
No, one
Court.
is Mandal recommendations,
Mandal
the other one.
Commission recommendation.
One is Mandal Commission recommendation. You are talking about Supreme Court judgment on Mandal Commission that came in 92. Mandal Commission recommendations came in
I am
1980.
talking about the Supreme Court
And
judgment.
so I'm
Mandal
just saying,
Commission recommend, which was
between
put on the
80,
black burner.
yeah, it was put
Everybody
on the
knows
back
that.
burner, and
Okay,
that's why
read
the
a
courts
little
were
bit.
knocked,
Listen,
court doors were
let
closed.
me say, yes. And VP Singh implemented it and 89, and in fact he gave a speech, it's a famous speech, 84 to 89, the entire recommendations of Mandal
The irony
Commission
is
were put on the back burner.
The irony
So
is that
this
Mr.
the
VP
truth.
Singh himself refused to get treated by a doctor who had come by the same reservation that he had fought for. So that's the
Exactly, exactly.
anecdote about it. But that's a different matter. Let's come back to Maharashtra. Lokesh Jindal, your thoughts on Maharashtra? What's going on?
He refused
Anand,
dialysis by...
Anand, if we talk about Maharashtra, there are certain serious issues where the BJP government is at the back foot. first of all, we talk about the farmers. Now, BJP banning the export of onion. BJP.
Lokesh, allow me this small intervention. Who's on the back foot within the Aghadi first?
Well, the Aghadi alliance is on the entire alliance is on the front foot.
Who's within the Aghadi? Somebody's in the back foot. उतना मान तो लो. हरियाणा और जम्मू के बाद कोई तो बैक फुट में है. Within the Aghadi.
महाराष्ट्र की अगर बात करते हैं, विदर्भ की
100 सीट से वो 100 सीट 120 सीट का डिमांड से कहीं ना कहीं वो 60-70 सीट तक आ गया ना. 30-35 सीट से तो बैकफुट पे आ गया.
Anand, we are being unfair.
Okay. It's my job to push you a little, so I'm doing that, but you have to accept that. See, Mahesh Chavan is already smiling there. See.
No, I would just give you the clear picture. You will be able to realize that indeed it's BJP at the back. See, the BJP, it has banned the export of onion, sugar, and this had led to resentment amongst the onion and sugarcane farmers. And import of palm oil, it has led to resentment, especially amongst the cotton and the soya bean growers. So when we talk about the entire Desh region, the Marathwada and the Desh region, Nandurbar region, so over there is a tremendous anti-incumbency and resentment against BJP amongst the farmers with respect to the Vidarbh area. See,
but these are all, aren't these all supposed to be strongholds of Sharad Pawar and his team, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray and his team? So does the Congress have much role to play in these regions that you're talking about?
Congress has a stronghold in the Vidarbh region. If you talk about the parliamentary elections also, in the Vidarbh region, Congress had swept the polls. And even this time, in the entire Vidarbh region, Congress is going to perform wonderfully well.
तो विदर्भ तो आप ये मान के चल रहे हो कि विदर्भ की सारी सीटें कांग्रेस को मिलेंगी. महेश चौहान, is that true?
No, I don't think Lokesh is trying to say that. Definitely, they are strong. If you look at the Lok Sabha election results, so they are strong there in Vidarbha. We are strong there in Pashchim Maharashtra, Western Maharashtra and Marathwada. So like that in Konkan and other regions, Mumbai, Shiv Sena is obviously strong. So this is what we are trying to say, that the preference would be given to the winnability and elective merit. If Congress has more candidates who have got good elective merit, of course they will be chosen.
So Vidarbh is what? Vidarbh contributes what? 65, 70 seats to the 288 assembly?
Yes.
देखा लोकेश जिंदल?
So we have certain areas, Nanded
तो मैंने आपको 65-70 पे आके रुक गई स्टोरी मैंने बोला तो आप मना कर रहे थे. स्टोरी वही रुक गई ना.
No, again in the Nandu.
तो आप पश्चिम महाराष्ट्र और कोंकण मुंबई में तो नहीं मिलेगा आपको.
No, ऐसा नहीं है. We will have a equitable form of a seat sharing, 1/3 going to all. That's going to be in a very, very equitable manner. It's going to be decided and it will also consider all.
100 seats they are asking, Maheshji.
The discussions are on. Don't worry. Shortly it will be announced. We are not worried about that. How many seats? What will see? If you look at that, during Lok Sabha elections, NCP Sharad Pawar, we got only 10 seats, and we were happy with that. We got 8 out of 10. So Shiv Sena was given 21, Congress was given 17. So there is no issue.
But that is because it was Lok Sabha. Now it is Vidhan Sabha. In Vidhan Sabha, Sharad Pawar, NCP will have a point to prove, and you will know that Pashchim Maharashtra gets at least 125-130 seats to the Vidhan Sabha, compared to Vidarbh, which gives about 70-75 seats. So, and then you just now described who's strong where, and then Lokesh Jindal is saying 1/3. So clearly, अभी हरियाणा के बाद Congress cannot say 1/3. इतना तो आप मानेंगे ना?
Anand, this is to be decided by our senior leaders. They are doing that. They have had many rounds of meetings. So now you are pushing me to a back foot. So don't do that, please.
No, I'm not pushing you to the back foot. But Ajit Pawar faction, we should be worried. Eknath Shinde should be worried. Because BJP, after winning Haryana, will not agree on 1/3 in the Mahayuti. Chaitanya Singh.
Exactly.
Look, let me tell you very, very frankly, these are decisions that are taken by the senior most leaders of the party, and the only criteria is one that every party has its, like you rightly said, has its strongholds and constituencies, and winnability is the only criteria. So whether or not it's going to be in whatever fashion
when
the
we
division
spoke
is going
with
to be
Devendra
done.
Fadnavis, I had the conversation. He said 200 सीट पे हमारी बात बन गई है. 88 सीट्स डिसाइडेड था, टू बी डिसाइडेड था. 200 सीट डिवाइडेड बाय 3 आप पकड़ लीजिए कितना होगा. 65 सीट्स सबका पकड़ लीजिए, ठीक है. बाकी 88 सीट्स अब तो मुझे नहीं लग रहा है अजीत पवार फैक्शन को कुछ आने वाला है वहाँ पर.
No, I'm not going to comment upon that. But this will be made public very, very soon. The deliberations are on, and the
So
leaders will
this is one
definitely-
place where Shazia Almi is not intervening. She's just listening. Shazia Almi? All right.
Because there is so much up in the air, you see. It's so difficult to say now. But clearly, all the entire India Alliance really does believe and is stating it unambiguously that Congress is indeed a liability. That much I can say, and it's for everybody to see. And
see, it may not apply to the caste census.
Imagining this.
It may not apply to the caste census, but what Rahul Gandhi says, jiski jitni sankhya bhari, does matter in terms of the seat share allocation. That the politicians are or the parties are going to contest. So jiski jitni sankhya bhari will come into play in this one in Maharashtra. It will be interesting. We've not even discussed Jharkhand and Delhi, but Maharashtra is the big game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Great fun having this conversation. Look forward to many more. I'm going to request Shazia Almi and Lokesh Jindal to stay on. We're going to take a very short break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we turn the spotlight on towards Jammu and Kashmir. What does this mandate do? Is it a worry that there's perhaps a schism between Jammu and Kashmir? And also 5 years down the road in Naya Jammu and Kashmir, has this result cleared the pitch? Stay with us.